Hey everybody, it's Charlie from Daily Motor, and I recently picked up this E-350 Sportsmobile so I could take full advantage of the beauty and nature and trails just outside of LA and Orange County, where we call home. It's kind of incredible that just a hour and a half drive away, essentially, from one of the busiest metropolitan areas in the world, you can be completely alone if you have some sort of capable off-road rig like this. Now, I purchased this used. This is about a 25-year-old rig, and you can check the link below for our full intro video on kind of why I purchased this, what it is, and all of the capabilities afforded to it. But it needed a little bit of modernization to be more of an easy and a vehicle that I wanted to take out and use for trail driving like this. And one of the first things I needed to do was get some sort of camera system on here, because this is a nearly 20-foot long camper van build out, so there's virtually no visibility here in the back. The rear view camera was essentially worthless. So I needed some sort of good backup camera system, as well as ideally a camera mirror, much like my wife Alyssa has in her Chevy Equinox EV. So I did some research and I came across the brand Wolfbox. Now Wolfbox makes a number of camera products, and I kind of talked to them and I said, look, this is what I've got. What would you recommend for this sort of build out? And they recommended the G900 Tripro, because not only does it give me the camera on the back, but it also gives me a dash cam and then a camera up here on the front. And so I said, okay, that sounds good. I think that's going to really work well for our use. And then I looked into the other products that they offer, and I was like, oh wow, you actually make a few things that would work well for this kind of camping environment and situation that I'm going to be using this van in. So they sent me a few products, and I'm going to show you them right now. So first off, let's head back home to our opening, unboxing, and installation of the G900 Tripro.
This is the G900 Tripro, and what this offers is not one, not two, but 3 camera solutions that's going to drastically improve my life here with this behemoth, the Sportsmobile. I need to come up with a cool name for it. I haven't gotten to spend enough time doing fun stuff with this van yet to really have a good name. But what this is a replacement, or at least kind of something that's supposed to go on top of the mirror, the rear view mirror, and then it's going to provide a 4K front camera feed, a 2.5K rear camera feed, and then a 1080p bumper cam feed that I'm supposed to be able to put right up here somewhere on the bumper. And that means not only for off-roading, but also even just kind of getting around parking lots or my driveway or something. I could see if I'm gonna hit something with my front bumper here. Now, theoretically speaking, this should be something that is going to work perfectly for these kind of off-road sort of environments for a van like this, because you've got IP67 water and dust protection on the bumper cams and the rear cams. So theoretically, if I'm getting this wet, splashing at anything, that shouldn't be too big of a deal. It's going to have night vision support, so when I'm using these big old light bars and fog lights that are installed on here, should be able to still see pretty well if I'm finding a campsite at night. I don't know. This promises a lot, and I'm just really curious if it's going to end up being a lifesaver for this big vehicle. So we're going to get this open, and then later on in the video, I'm also going to show you some other products that Wolfbox sent to me. This is a tire compressor and inflator, or sorry, air compressor, tire inflator, and it's supposed to have a set of deflators as well. So I'm going to have to open it up and make sure that is the case, because I've got these big old Firestone Destination XT tires on here, but this is only a 2-wheel drive van. This does not have a 4-wheel drive conversion. So despite having a 4-inch lift and these meaty tires, it's only 2-wheel drive. So if I'm gonna go doing some off-roading, it's a good chance I'm gonna wanna air down for both the comfort of the vehicle, but also to get a little bit of extra traction. And since these are such big tires, I wanted to have a kind of a quicker airing down solution. So that's what this tire inflator deflator is supposed to be able to offer. So we're going to test that out on the trail this weekend. And then the last little thing I got from Wolfbox might seem kind of silly, but again, I'll show it off more here at the end. This little turbo fan. I've always wanted one of these, and this is going to be great. Look at all that. Look at all that air it blows out. I mean, this is intense. It's like having a little leaf blower in your hand. but I wanted this for the inside of the van. So when we use it camping or take it to the beach or something, I can blow off our feet before getting in and then blow the sand and dirt out afterward. But back to the G900. Let's open it up here, see what we've got. Let's see, I've got my very scientific and high-tech workspace here, which is the back of a Kawasaki Versys 1100. Ooh, that looks nice. Please contact us if you have any questions. Read the manual, format the flash card, use original accessories, functionality of dash cam with all accessories before installation. This looks nice. Okay. Is that a little, oh, the other camera, yeah, built right in. That's sort of your front dash cam. That's the other thing. This offers essentially a 4K dash cam as well, and it's got parking monitoring if you want. I'm gonna really appreciate that while using this camping, so I can keep an eye on any critters or people that might be coming up on my business. Oh, it's already got the SD card installed there, power, GPS, the rear power, ED, okay. Now this isn't going to be exactly a how-to install video, so I'm going to show you kind of main key points that might be relevant, but what I mostly want to show you is the functionality of this. So kind of show you what you get, and then I'm going to get it installed and then show you kind of how it works. Nice user manual. Okay, I like that. Gonna have to read through that, won't bore you. We've got the GPS cable, the 2.5 rear cable, the tool. So this, I was kind of hoping this would be a wireless camera that I could just slap on the back and have it go wirelessly, but maybe there'd be too much latency there. So I am gonna have to run a cable. Hopefully it's long enough for this big giant van. Power supply cable with car charger, extra bumper cam. There we go, the cable clips. And then here is an extra bumper camera cable and a rear camera cable and rubber straps. All right, so I think I'm gonna have my work cut out for me, but I'm gonna get this in there, get it plugged in, just make sure it works. In fact, I wonder if I can just plug it in right here with just a USB-C, see if it powers on. Ooh, look at that. Let's pull that off. English. So this is trying to show us our rear cam, but obviously there's nothing there. So this is gonna be my rear view camera. I'm really excited about this. This is gonna be cool. Let's get this installed.
Okay, so full disclosure, it wasn't particularly easy to run the cabling in a vehicle like this because you've got so much paneling and distance to travel with the cabling. So full disclosure again, I hired somebody to run the cabling for me for the rear camera. His name is Sam, and he runs a company called Epic Car Audio, I believe it is. I'm gonna have it linked right here. He's in Orange County, California. He came right out to my house. He charged me a reasonable rate to run the cable. He had it done in something like an hour. I was really, really impressed because I spent an entire weekend screwing around with this. I couldn't even tell the difference in where he ran the cabling, and then it came right out up in front here to the G900 Tripro. So if you are in the Orange County, California area, hit up Sam over at Epic Car Audio. He will set you up right, but I finally have the working cam. Now running the front camera was actually really, really easy. I just ran it up here along the A-pillar, down underneath, and I'll show you because the Haas van here has this big aluminum bumper. I used the front license plate bracket that comes with the Wolfbox and mounted it right up here in front. So that's allowing me to see the trail right in front of me, which again is good because visibility not fantastic. And I know I've got this big old bumper, but I cannot see that at all from the driver's seat. And then let's come on in here and fire up the Wolfbox G900 Tripro. Comes on with the car, but because this is a camper van, I can turn it on from the back as well. And it does have another cool functionality that is kind of nice for using a camper van like this. You can have a parking mode where it takes one image per second. So if you're parked at night, or say I go for a hike or something like that, I can leave it on. Then if anybody comes up, or an animal or something like that messes with my van, I can see them on all the different camera angles. So right now it's showing us out the front, the bumper cam. I can swipe to the side. Oh, sorry, this is the bumper cam. This is the dash cam. So right, no, it is the bumper cam. What is this then? There we go, there's the dash cam. Oh, the woods look so similar. That's the front cam, and then that is the back camera. It's also giving you this information of your speed, your direction, the time, date, and voice command functionality. Okay, oh shoot, just turn the Wi-Fi on. So that means I can connect to it with my phone and download right there information. So I can get photos or images, put them right to my phone, control the camera. I ran the GPS up here as well, had that mounted right up on the front dashboard. So it's got some basic functionality built right in. You can adjust brightness. You can switch to this triple angle, so you're seeing all 3 different cameras at once. And toggle 3 different cams. Take a snapshot right there. You can save a recording right there, or turn recording on or off, I suppose. You can see the videos that have been captured and saved on the SD card. You can see right there, there's me driving into this campsite. And there's me sitting for a little while. And again, you get all 3 angles, so I could check extra cam right there. See that one. And I can also check the rear. You've got all sorts of different settings you can play around with. Mirror the images, etc. One functionality I do kind of wish it had, and I'm going to double check the manual here in a moment to make sure it doesn't have it, but it doesn't seem like you can customize the angle or image or anything from the camera. You can't zoom in or anything like that. So here I've got my back cam. I can't like pinch to zoom or kind of move it up. Oh, wait. Oh, you can move it up and down. Okay. Oh, very cool. That's actually going to be helpful for parking. Move it way down. Oh my gosh. Oh, it keeps going. It keeps going. Whoa. Huh. So I'm looking practically right there at the ground now. Okay, so I'm glad I messed around with that. Very cool. And then can I... No sliding back and forth. That actually makes sense. If I go to one of the other cams, can I move those up and down? I can. This is the dash cam. I can move that up and down. What about the front cam? The front camera, yeah, can slide that as well. Okay, good. Because yeah, there's definitely times when I'm coming right up on an object and I need to be able to move the camera around. It's a little bit laggy, but I'm glad it at least has that functionality. So we're going to see the G900 out on trail and on the road here in a moment, but let me show you some of the other products that I wanted. Now, this right here, let's start with this one. This is the air compressor and tire inflator. Does it have a model name? Megaflow 24 Pro. Now the reason I wanted this is because we've got these big Firestone Destination XT tires, and because this is a 3500 series van carrying so much weight, you need to have these really aired up. For daily driving, about 50 PSI. If I were taking many people, or especially towing with this, I would need the rears at something like 70 PSI. But then when you get out here on the trail, you don't want to be jostling around at 50 or 60 PSI or so. It's such a rattly experience. So I have aired down to 35 PSI, and then when I get done, I'm going to use this right here in order to air the tires back up. Now, again, full disclosure, Wolfbox also makes these tire deflators that I asked for. There was an issue with the shipping, and they didn't make it out to me here in time for my camping trip. So I'm going to film those here separately, but the reason I wanted both of those is so that I could get out on the trail here, quickly deflate the tires right to a set PSI, and then hop in the truck and do my driving, and then reinflate it here with the inflator. So this is what it looks like when you open it up. Let's go over here to this nice table that California has afforded us. This is a big chonker unit, that is for sure. Much bigger than any of my other inflators. And it's got a few different functionalities. It's kind of cool. It's just got this translucent, or really transparent front. You can turn it on. I guess press and hold to turn it on. And it looks like we're about 75% state of charge. Defaults to 36 PSI, but you can customize that here and change between PSI, bar, and KPA, and kilograms per centimeter. What does this one do? Oh, and then you can change car mode, bike mode, bicycle mode, or sort of just whatever, if you were filling up like an inflatable kayak or an inner tube or something like that. So you can either use it on the built-in battery, or you can plug it into the 12-volt outlet of your car and run it that way. And that is good because say you get out on the trail and you realize you hadn't charged this up and you need to inflate your tires, plug it into the car's 12-volt, move it around like such. So we are going to be using this at the end of the day once I need to get back out on the main roads and fill my tires back up from 35 to 50 PSI. So we will stay tuned for that one. Comes with this nice little carrying case, which again is good because this is a meaty unit. I'm gonna have to find a good place to kind of let this live in the back of the van because we are going to be using it pretty much any time we go off-road. And then the other product that I asked them for, and they were like, okay, sure, if you really want, is this. It's a super power turbo fan, the Megaflow 100. And as we open the box, you'll see that it's not in here because I've already been using it. I've always wanted one of these little USB fans. It's amazing how helpful and functional they are, both around the house, but specifically in an environment like this, in this camper van. So here is, it's a nice little handheld unit, could easily fit in your pocket or something. But what I've been using it for is put it on, turn it on, and then you see I walk in here with my shoes or something like this, blow everything out. I can go around here. You see all the little debris kind of working its way out from the little nooks and cracks around the truck. And then obviously I'll come through and vacuum later on, but we're going to be using this van for going to the beach. And that's going to be really cool because you can rinse your feet off and then dry your feet with the fan. I mean, this puts out some serious push. You'll dry your feet off and then you can dust off the sand. You've got different little attachments that you can put on. If you were like cleaning your computer keyboard or something, you might use one of these. What is this one? This one that came on it. I kind of like this one. Gives a nice flat blow. It's actually a little cockeyed, isn't it? Either way, I've been using this all the time. It just plugs in, powers up with USB-C. There's 3 different power modes. Oh, the battery's actually low, so I'm going to have to charge this up. Been using it a good bit already this trip. So that's just, it's kind of a silly random thing, but if you don't have yourself a little fan, this is a great thing to pick up for Christmas, Black Friday, something like that. I guess we just passed Black Friday, but a great little accessory to have. I highly recommend it. So let me get our boxes put away and drop the top down here on the Haas van, and let's hit the trail. Out here on the trail, we can start to see the front cam come into play here on the G900 Tripro. So here's our rear. We swipe once to the right, and then you can see what's up in front of us. And again, this is my POV view. You can see even leaning forward, I can't see probably 4 feet or so in front of me, but using the front cam, I can see there's a rock right there. I can slide up, and then I see that rock right there that it's just kind of starting to come to my view. So I'm going to go down and make sure we kind of get that bridge to the right. And as I make it down this rock face, again, using the front cam to kind of see what's up in front of me that I can't see directly. It's going to help me line up my wheels. There, once we're free, swipe back over, and then I've got my rear cam again. In fact, yesterday the rear cam came in handy because I was sort of just slowly but surely making my way through this trail, and then someone in a Ford Raptor came up behind me, and obviously very easy to see him on the G900 here. But if you turn it off, you can see just little tiny bits out of that those rear doors, and that is with the shades open and nothing stacked in there. So if I had people or gear stacked in front of the doors, I'd still be able to see past it here, the G900. Out here on the highway with the G900 Tripro in action, you can see that we can see the cars moving around us. Well, there is somebody right behind me, a Kia Telluride. I can see the Chevy Volt come in, and it just now left the camera, and now it's in my rearview mirror and then in my eyes here. So that's something I've really appreciated so far driving a larger van like this, is that this rear view camera with its really wide angle has helped eliminate blind spots for me. I haven't super love the refresh rate on it. I'll have to check the documentation, but I'm pretty sure it's only 30 frames per second from the rear camera, which to most people is probably gonna be fine. It certainly isn't distracting to me by any means. It's just that I can tell as we're driving down the road and trees are going by or something like that, I can just see the refresh in the camera a little bit. It's not butter smooth as it would be if this were a 60 frame per second camera. So not a deal breaker by any means, just a little disappointing that even though it's a 4K image, we're not getting that buttery smooth, something 60 frames per second or higher. They say 60 frames per second is about what the human eye can't distinguish much above. I know some people are like, oh, I can distinguish 165 frames per second. That's great, but it's not common. I also just love the peace of mind knowing that if something were to happen right here, we've got a little bit of a traffic slowdown. If something were to fly off that Tacoma right in front of me and swing back and hit us, I've got the dash cam running in the front, and because I've got the rear cam, I've also got dash cam in the rear. So if anything were to happen, I've got that looping coverage of everything going around me, 3 different camera angles. I made sure to put a dash cam in my wife Alyssa's car that she drives daily, just because you never know what's going to happen out there, especially, you know, insurance, everything like that. You want to be able to show that you were not at fault and that somebody else was. So easy to have that be the case when you got a dash cam. So the fact that, yes, the purchase price for this whole system, you know, a little steep for just getting the rear mirror. I could have done something that was just wireless to get the backup cam or something. But the fact that I have such a nice, easy integrated dash cam then as well, that helps seal the deal. Okay, end of the day here. The van has taken an absolute beating on these trails, but I'm really impressed with how everything did. And now it is time to air up our tires. So, smelling the brakes right now. I probably shouldn't have the parking brake set. Let's go release that. Let us grab the inflator. Start back here. Kind of curious what our tires are at because we set them this morning at 35, but that was up at higher elevation, also much lower temperature. So let's plug it in and see what we've got. Twist this on like so. Okay. I hope this works, or else I'm gonna have to go find a gas station or something. Oh, and it's got a nice twist on spot at the end, so you don't have to kind of twist the whole thing. It's good. All right. And here we go. Is that 39.7 that we're at? 39.4, okay. Now we're gonna have to put this thing to the test. Getting all the way up to 50, well, that's gonna be warm, so let's do 52. 53. And these are fairly large tires. We've got, let's check on the front, see what our size is. 265/75 R16s. So a lot of air that goes into these. I'm gonna compare it to my NextPow unit. It's all the way up to 41 now. This is what I used to use. This one's a little bit smaller, but it's also got a jump starter on it. So kind of pros and cons there. That one will go all the way up to 120 PSI. I don't know what this one will do. I haven't ever needed to go that high before. Oh, our battery is already kind of starting to run down. Now again, to be fair, I didn't charge it all the way full, but it is flashing. So I'm gonna pull out the 12 volt adapter. Get that plugged in. Unit's not getting too warm though, so that's good. Up to 44. Going a lot faster than the NextPow. The NextPow's only gotten up to 36 at this point, so that's definitely gonna be the auxiliary unit. Okay. Thank goodness for the car adapter. Hopefully it reaches on the other side. So the Wolfbox has completed 2.5 tires in the time that the NextPow unit has completed, just about completed one. It's at 52 out of 53 PSI. The Wolfbox did both of the right sides and now is halfway through this front. So that's definitely nice to be able to do it much, much faster. Also, quick side note, take a look at the sunset. Holy cow. I mean, that right there, that is why you go outdoors, kids. We did get so close to finishing. We're at 47.5 out of 50, but it does need to cool down. It's reached high. So we're gonna let it cool, get our last few pounds, square inches in there, and hit the road. Back at home, got the Haas van all cleaned up, and we have our automatic tire deflators. Like I said, they were a little out of stock of these for a minute, but we got them now. Let's see, oh, they come in this nifty little pouch. That's cool. Is it worth reading the instructions? Let's check it out. How to use. Rotate the deflator shell clockwise to set the PSI. Shell top reaches set. Tighten the locking ring. So let's do one right here. I think it comes with 4. Let's do the front just to demonstrate. This one does need to drop a few anyway. So we got PSI right there. Oh, interesting. It does 30 and below. Okay. That's good to know. It's not like you'd be able to drop down to 40 or 50 or something. That's fine though. Oh, all the way down to, oh, and then that comes off. Okay. So let's go get the locking ring way up here. Let's get the bottom. Let's just say, I don't want to go all the way to 30 right now, but let's just kind of see it in action. Let's do 25. Tighten. And then install it and pull the piston to start. Should go like this. So it stops, and then, oh, look at that. And it just starts going. So you can push it in and stop, and just pull it. Oh, cool. That's going to let a lot of air out quick. Nifty. All right. I'm excited about that. That's going to make it so much easier to air these things down. In fact, I'm taking this thing out again to the desert here in a few weeks, so I'm definitely going to have these in with the other Wolfbox products. That way I can get this going right away. Okay. Cool. So those are the automatic deflators going along with the rest of the Wolfbox products here for my E350 Sportsmobile. I've been happy with everything so far. So if you do a good amount of off-roading, or you just want a little bit more utility for your truck, your van, your SUV, whatever it is, I highly recommend checking them out. I can get you a little bit of a discount if you check the link below. Buy products there. I think I might have an Amazon link discount and everything. Try to save you some cash, also help us out here on the channel. Pick something up last minute for Christmas. Big shout out to Wolfbox for working with us on this one. If you do want to see more on the van, check the link below for our full review. And we'll see you on the next one. I'm Charlie from Daily Motor, and as always, drive on.